If you're going to carry this, you should probably carry this. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name's Will, and today I want to talk to you guys about medical EDC. So why would you carry a whole bunch of extra stuff on you when you're already carrying a gun, possibly a mag, a phone, a flashlight, a pocket knife, a wallet, keys? Like, you've already got a lot of stuff on you, so why would you add even more stuff? The answer is actually really simple. If you're going to carry, in my opinion, if you're going to carry something that has the ability to put holes in things, then you're doing it with the knowledge that you may have to use it. Somebody may try to put holes in you or somebody else, and they may succeed in doing that. And having medical gear on you is only going to give you and people around you a better chance of surviving a violent encounter. Not to mention, it's not just for a gunfight or a knife fight or something. I've come across several accidents recently, and even though I thankfully never had to use any of my medical gear, I was really happy I had it on me because I was ready to go. As soon as I got out of the vehicle, which I do have an IFAK in the vehicle, but as soon as I got out of the vehicle, I knew that if there was a severe injury, I'm not talking like scrapes and bruises and stuff, but a compound fracture or a punctured lung or punctured anything, really any kind of super traumatic injury, amputated limb, for example, that I would be able to at least help that person and give them a better chance of surviving until they could get to a hospital and professional medical care. Now, don't get me wrong, carrying this stuff does add extra weight and extra things you have to deal with. It makes it a little, take a little longer to get ready in the morning, stuff like that. And you need training to use this stuff. It's not just hand this to somebody that doesn't know what they're doing and they'll magically figure it out. You need to understand how to use these different things. And I'll go through the kits here in a second and show you guys what I carry, but you're going to have to get training. But just the basic level skills that are needed to use a lot of this stuff could literally save somebody's life. And it could be yours or somebody you care about. So that's the why behind it. Now let's talk about the what I actually carry. So we'll start off with this guy. This is a Riker nylon ankle medical kit. Just goes around your ankle and velcros, and they do have an extender if you wear boots or if you have like big ankles or something. They have an extender for this so that it'll still fit you. It's got several different pockets in it, and you can get it loaded or you can put gear in it yourself. It doesn't just have to be medical either. You could put other stuff in this if you wanted like an ankle wallet type thing. But we'll just start out with what all is in here. First, just a little package with some ointment, band-aids, little just boo-boo kit type stuff. Not a lot, but it's something, and I have it on me for those, little cuts and things like that. I've also got some Celox Rapid ribbon in here. This is stuff it's kind of like Quick Clot. It's got a hemostatic agent in it. So you would take this out, pack it into like a bullet wound or some other kind of puncture wound, and hopefully get the bleeding to stop with this bandage. And again, I'm not a medical professional. I do have the training to use these things, but I am in no way a medical professional, and I'm not qualified to instruct any of this stuff. So this is not an instruction video. This is just talking about the gear and why I carry it. Nitrile gloves, for obvious reasons. I don't want to get other people's blood on me. If I am in a position to help somebody, I'd like to protect myself as well. This is a pressure bandage. You've also probably heard of Israeli bandages and things like that. This is basically what this is. This allows you to put this on a wound that is bleeding, and like heavily bleeding, and both apply a dressing and pressure at the same time. So you've got a agent there absorb, or not an agent, but a pad there absorbing the blood, helping the clotting process, and you're putting pressure on that wound, which is one of the first things you can do to help stop bleeding in the first place, is apply direct pressure to the wound. So pressure bandage, really good for that. Nasopharyngeal airway. This is if somebody's airway is blocked in some way, they can't get air through. This would allow me, it's got dog hair and lint all over it, but it's in a sterile package, so that's fine. But this would allow me to at least get somebody airflow going, because If you can't breathe, you're not gonna last very long. That's all for that pocket. The second pocket over here, the next one down the line, is actually meant for like a decompression needle, but because I'm not trained and certified on how to use a decompression needle, I actually just put a marker in here. This is one of the most important things you'll have if you ever have to use this, because you'll most likely be using the tourniquet, which we'll get to, and the marker will allow you to write the time you put the tourniquet on their forehead. That's the first place that medical providers will check when they know there's a tourniquet, or to tell them there's a tourniquet in the first place, because they need to know about that so they can check and make sure that tourniquet stays tight, and the actual trained doctors will know when and how to take it off and all those things, but they need to know how long it's been on there, and that's why you put the time on it. Next, I've got several things in this pocket over here. This is the one kind of closer to the front. Pair of shears. These aren't anything crazy or like amazing, but just medical shears. I mean, you could cut through clothing and things like that to get to a wound with these, and that's why I carry them. Duct tape. You can use duct tape, and this has got lint and stuff all over it too. You can use duct tape and like this packaging, for example, something like that material, plastic bag, anything, to make a chest seal if you had to. If there was a puncture wound in the chest, you could use the duct tape for that. Also, you could use this if you had a piece of gauze or something. You could make another pressure bandage with duct tape. Just a lot of uses for the duct tape in general. And then I've got a tourniquet. This is just a cat tourniquet, nothing special, but I've got it and it's ready to go. Yes, I have the Velcro retainer, if you will. Normally, you keep this retainer Velcroed over here to the side like this, but I keep it closed. Yes, it'll take me another second or so to get to it, but this way the Velcro isn't constantly sticking to my socks and my pants and making my pants fit awkwardly down at the bottom, making people think maybe I'm carrying a gun on my ankle or something. And it's more comfortable and it's less attention drawing than keeping it folded over the other side. So this is what I carry on. Oh, and it's got one more thing too. Here in the back, there is a little sleeve right here where you've got a chest seal. Now you've only got one. It's not a double. Yeah, it's not a double, but at least it's a actual no crap chest seal. And then if there was a through and through gunshot, let's say, I could put the chest seal on the front of the victim, and if there's a hole out the back, I can take the packaging this came in and my duct tape and make another chest seal on the back. So that's what I carry on my right ankle for medical. But I found when I started doing this that carrying just one on one ankle was really awkward. I felt unbalanced. I just noticed it. I constantly noticed it and it bugged me. So I decided to try getting a second one for my left ankle to see just how that worked out. And now when I wear them both, I don't even notice them. They just blend in. I don't notice them going throughout my day, but I have it if I need it, if something should occur. So on my left ankle, I carry this one. Now this is just a cheapie from Tough Products. I would like to upgrade here. Hopefully I will upgrade here soon to the Warrior Poet Society ankle medical kit. But for now, this works and it gives me more stuff and makes me feel more balanced. By carrying more stuff, I'm actually more comfortable. It's weird. But I've got another Sharpie over here just because 2 is 1, 1 is none. And you know, sometimes I'll pull it out because I need to use it for something around the house. So if I use this one and it goes dry, I've got my other one as well. And then behind that, I've got just a little dressing, like a little military, old school military type dressing. Nothing crazy, just gauze on a wrap basically. But again, pressure bandage, I can make a pressure bandage out of that. I can use it for, you know, significant bleeding wounds and stuff like that. That's all for that pocket. Now we move on to the middle pocket, the biggest one. And I've got a Israeli bandage, or an ETD, an emergency trauma dressing. Again, pressure bandage. It allows you to apply a gauze pad and direct pressure on the wound because of the way it's designed. These things are really cool. And then finally, I have another tourniquet. So again, 2 is 1, 1 is none. And you never know, you may need to put a second tourniquet on a wound, or above a wound technically, or you may have multiple limbs that need tourniquets. So having an extra tourniquet, I don't know, just makes me feel better. It gives me a little more capability, and tourniquets are great. Now let's say you're not going to carry all of that. You're just like, nope, not into it, not my thing, no. Well, there's another option so you can have at least something on you. I've got this guy here. This is from T-Rex Arms. This is a little, just a tourniquet pouch. That's all it is. It's got Velcro on the front and the back, and you can run this, like if you run a Velcro belt or something, you can stick this in between the pieces on the Velcro, and now you can carry a tourniquet on you. This is another cat tourniquet, and yes, I've got this one prepped properly with the tab out of the way. But at least you'll have a tourniquet if nothing else. I would actually recommend going with like a soft T or a soft T wide, not the cat, because this one, you know, try to conceal it under a shirt or something, it's going to print more, it's going to be bulkier. But you could take this, wear it around, not even know you've got it, and now you've at least got a tourniquet if you run across somebody with like a amputated arm in a car accident, or you get shot in the leg in a self-defense situation or something like that. You've at least got a tourniquet. So another option to consider. There's all kinds of stuff out there. I mean, like I said, Tough Products, Riker, Mountain Men Medical makes an ankle medical kit, Warrior Poet Society makes an ankle medical kit. There's a ton of them out there, and I've tried several before, and I didn't like certain ones because they weren't comfortable, they didn't conceal well, they were too bulky, they didn't hold well in place on my ankle. So you may have to do some trial and error to figure out what works and what you like. But the point of the video at the end of the day is please carry some medical. Even if you don't carry a gun, just carry something on you that you can use in a emergency medical situation. And if you're going to do that, get training. I do have training for every one of the products that I just showed you through the military. So I know how to use all of these things, and I'm certified and good to go with using them. But get some training. If you can, try to get training regularly, because things in medicine do change, especially when it comes to TCCC, which is the Tactical Combat Casualty Care. You know, they have a committee, literally the committee of TCCC, that makes decisions on, you know, what is the right thing to do in a combat situation, in a, you know, care under fire versus, you know, after the firefight's over kind of thing. Like, what are the best tools to use, what's approved, what's not approved, how do you use these things, what's the order of importance going from, you know, massive bleeding all the way down. Get some training so you know what you're doing, and you can hopefully save either your life or somebody else's life, and then carry the gear so you have the ability to. But yeah, that's really all I got for you guys today. I really appreciate it. A little different, I know, but I promise you, like I said earlier, this and this go hand in hand. I never go to the range without a full-on trauma kit, because you never know what's going to happen. And it's a good idea to have the ability and the preparedness. You know, if you've already got the mindset of being an offender, you want to save lives, then this is a natural extension, at least to me, of that mindset. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Y'all take it easy, roll tide, and I'll see you later.